Okay, September the 8th, let's have a look at the stock indices. Start with the DAX. Buy signal here, 8:15, triggered here, and this is a mistake that I made. I was sure for some stupid reason that the market would have tested the R1. And I broke my rules. So the market went up. I would have made 10 points, taking out maybe a scalp, and definitely moving the stop to break even. I didn't, and I was punished. This is what happens when you actually are too good for your rules, and you think you are, and you're punished. Never mind. According to the rules, this should have been at the very least a break-even. And then I was a little bit unlucky because you have a sell signal here. You are triggered here. This is 44. The market actually reaches 35, almost 34, 34.50 or something, and then it bounces back. I didn't repeat the same mistake. I put the stop at break-even. I was stopped out at break-even, so 0, and then the market goes down again. But at this time, it's after 10 o'clock, so we don't trade. So not a very good morning for the DAX. The afternoon, well, of course, that would have been a pretty good trade, but it was outside the trading hours. This bubble here is basically signaling the fact that we needed to filter heavily because we were under a number of news, as you know. In particular, then this one, well, the news would have passed. It was already 2 o'clock. The reason why we didn't take this is that, as you will see, we were short at the same time on YM. So for the correlation rule, we didn't take this one. This actually would have been quite good. You could have entered at 88 and the market went 65. But not all was lost because we finally have this signal here, 330, 325. Now, the high of this bar is at 60, let's say 60, so we would have entered 63, but 63 was this high here. This high is quite important. This is where the bears started moving back. So you really want to clear that one. Once you want to clear that one, it's a little bit the same thing as we've seen as the oil. You really have to enter at about 68, 69. And you have here the S1, 73, which is an important point. So you want to clear that one. This is a little bit of a leap of faith. However, the US markets were going up, and I was quite happy to play along, especially because there was this magnet of the big round number. So I entered at 80, and I went out quite luckily actually at big round number, actually 98. So at least I managed to make some point on the DAX today. Finally, YM. It was pretty good. The beginning, we actually had a buy signal here on the breakout of this, but we had to wait for this to close. The problem is that in the morning especially, and especially these days, the US indices don't move very much. It looks very good, but if you look at the high here is 35. So you would have entered at 38, let's say. And if you look at this, the R1 is 45. So you don't have enough space. And there's no real reason to risk on YM or ES or something in the morning. If the DAX doesn't make it, it's quite unlikely that this makes it. So I actually filtered this out. That would have been, yeah, it would have been at 10 points probably. Most likely would have been a break even. you did have a sell signal here, but it was triggered here after 10 o'clock. Now then you have the news, and first is bad news for the market and bad news for us, because I didn't feel that the press conference was over yet, and I think that this would have been a good try if it was just a single news, but I didn't know what the conference was saying, and I don't really care, but I should have cared in this particular sense. Anyway, the market went down quite a lot. Usually after a move like that, you expect rebounds, you expect some sort of reversal, you expect some sort of reaction. You did have a reaction, but it was quite shy. So this gave us the possibility of trying again. And this was probably the best trade of the day. It was 2 o'clock, so it was fair enough far from the news. And so we entered at 70, and I just decided to let it go. And we made 30 points. Then the market bounced back, and I made another 10 before getting out. So that was pretty good. You then had this buy signal here, but it wasn't triggered, and that was after 4 o'clock. So a pretty good day. This and the cable trade were the best trades. The other were really scalps, but very positive day.